Hey Mazie, this is Alexa Peterson. I'm going to be doing the swing analysis for you. Over here to the left is your old swing from last year, and then this one on the right is your new current swing. And so we're going to be comparing your swings to each other and see what improvements you can make going forward and what you've improved upon in the last year. So first off, the only thing I would say about your starting stance and just when you're working on a tee, make sure that you're visualizing a picture out front. Sometimes our posture and how we start can change a little bit if we have our eyes just kind of locked in. So we want to locked in down there. So we want to make sure that we are trying to make this as realistic as possible. So start with your eyes looking out towards the pitcher. When you go into your load, obviously then you can, and stride forward, you can look down at the ball. But that'd be the only thing that I would say. But your starting stance, just make sure that you're doing when you're working off of a tee. But your starting stance looks great. We go into the load. Start to work that front shoulder down and in. Internal hip rotation looks good. Working right there. Your weight's still ready to go forward. Front shoulder down, back shoulder up. We see a big difference from that. Your load before, you kind of just had that front shoulder working down and in, but you weren't having that work with your shoulders or with your hands together. And so you then went forward and got to your launch position. Your hands really started to drift forward. So right when your heel hit right there, you lost a lot of separation. Your hands are really close. Your lower half looked pretty good. You could have been a little bit wider, but you had your hips open, which was good. But everything else, the upper half was going as well. And we want to create that good separation with that front shoulder down and in, nod down towards that catcher still. So let's see where you're at now. Going forward into that good launch position. Yep, that looks a lot better. So your hands are back by your back foot. Your front shoulder is down and in. You have some good hip hinge. You can see your eyes are kind of over your toes. Have some bend in your front knee. Good distance here. That position looks a lot better, a lot stronger to be able to work going forward towards the ball. So from there, let's go a little bit forward. So because of your launch position, you ended up just kind of pushing your hands kind of steep down towards the ball. We also talked about tee placement. Your ball was a little bit deep on you, having that ball just off your front foot if the pitch is right down the middle. So I can see that you'd have that good position. You actually might be a tad bit far, which could end up making you reach a little bit. It's kind of that happy medium that you have to find, just getting it right off your front foot if the pitch is right down the middle. If it's an inside pitch, it's going to be a little bit more out front. Outside pitch is going to be just inside your back foot too. So your bat path, you can see you just really kind of went really tight to your body, and that was in part due to that tee placement. So let's see how your body's working now. A lot better. Hips are turning. Back foot is releasing. Get to that good contact point. You're a little bit extended, and I think that's just because that tee placement, you're a little bit far out in front from where we'd really like you to be. So just another ball within, I think you'd be right on point there with your contact position. You can see you're a little outstretched here. And that's going to happen when you're in a game, because in a game you're going to be, you might be a little bit early, might be a little bit late. So this contact position isn't a bad contact position. You still have that palm up, palm down position there, which is good. But you can see you're leaning back pretty far, and that's just because you're trying to reach and push forward. So just make sure that tee is just off your front foot, and I want you to focus on, as you go towards the ball, try to keep that head a little bit more over that back knee versus so far angled back with that. But overall, you're looking a lot better with your bat path, and so I think that you've had a huge improvement in these last couple years. You can see that your barrel is working behind you, getting on plane early and going towards the ball. Your bat's through the zone a really long time on plane there. That looks really good versus over here. We kind of just jumped in right here. We're short to contact, and you end up pushing, kind of going around the ball that way. So yeah, huge improvement. The only suggestions I would really say would be to make sure you don't have too much weight on your backside, and it could be a little bit that launch position is what's causing you as you go to hit to kind of be way back here on your backside a little bit. So that would be my suggestion going forward. It's just make sure you keep in check that balance position. You aren't too far on your backside, but and then from there just continue to work on high pitches and low pitches. high pitches, if they're coming in here, I want to see that bottom hand elbow really start to get on plane and move up. That back elbow drops down and that barrel becomes flat. So working on high pitches will be good, and then moving all the way down to lower pitches, you'll have that bottom hand elbow just kind of work up this way as it goes forward. So but I think you really are on the right track. So I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Make those slight minor adjustments. Right there, you can actually see that's perfect contact position for you right there. So you can see you're just a little bit early for this ball, and that's why you ended up having to push a little bit farther back. So that contact position looks a lot better. That's where I want you to look more consistently, and that could just be as simple as adjusting the tee. So overall, keep working on trying to get your hips faster, and just keep doing the drills that have helped you the most from the hitting vault, and keep working hard, and good luck.